All right, so I got this deck off. Last time took it off because it's getting ready to get welded. A couple of these bad spots here, but I want the blades off, and so I pulled out my blade holder tool. I'm gonna get it hooked up and take them off so I can sharpen them. All right, so it's pretty simple. Just slip it on, tighten this up, and it should hold it in place. There you have it. A little elbow grease came right off. Let's pop it off and get it sharpened. First, let's do the other one. All right, so last time I pulled this little guy out was to sharpen the bush hog blade. That did not go well. You can see these are pretty chewed up. So what I'm going to do is first run it over this belt sander and then try to use that tool. But I need to locate my drill to do that. So I'm going to try the belt sander, see how it goes. Got my little balancer, and we'll go from there. I'm going to need 2 hands for this, but right here, just I can turn it on and then lock it in and it'll run. I'll try to show you with 1 hand, but I'll need 2 eventually. Yeah, gonna need 2 hands. All right, so I finally found my drill. Got this hooked up. Got this blade clamped to the porch here so I can use my hands to sharpen and not have to hold it. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but we'll see. See, not bad, but I'm gonna need 2 hands to make sure I can stay consistent. All right, so that's not bad. The sandpaper helped to get it started, to get all the big chunks out. You can see a lot of the chunks here still on the back side. But now it's got a decent little edge on it. Don't want it too sharp because it's just gonna hit stuff and dull it faster if it's like razor sharp. Got 3 more to go and then we'll balance. All right, I got all 4 done. Now let's balance. All right, it's pretty simple. You can see this side is dropping lower, so it means it's a little heavier. So I'm gonna take some off. It's also got a little cant towards me, so that means this is probably a little bit heavier too on the to make it like pivot. So I'll shave that down a bit and we'll check the next one. All right, you can see this is the side I took some off. You can see it's a little low here. The wind's trying to mess me up though, so I'm gonna let that settle, but the cant is no longer there. So instead of taking weight off the blade, I'm actually going to take some off of the side, because if you take it off the blade, then it's going to start canting again. So, and you don't want that, but gotta wait for this wind. All right, I brought the level inside to get away from the wind, and you can see the cant on this one, meaning it's turning this way. The weight balance looks pretty good, so I'm gonna have to take a little bit off of this edge and this edge. I take it back. I'm gonna have to take some off of this edge and probably some off the tip here, but not the blade. All right, there we have it. I didn't explain that well earlier. So what I was meaning is, if you take weight off of here, not only does this side get heavier, right, because it puts it back in balance, but if this tip or this part here is heavier, then it tilts as well as unbalances. So if you take weight off one side, like this spot, then this side gets heavier and it'll kind of pivot. And so to eliminate the pivot, you got to end up taking weight off diagonal to it, I believe. And then if it's still unbalanced teeter-totter wise, then you can take weight off of the non-blade edge in the center as needed, and that'll help balance it this way and balance the cant. All right, I got my blade holder, got it tightened up, and before I forget, you can see this one spins smoothly. This one doesn't so much, so I'm gonna flip it over after I get myself and the tools out of the way. Take this off and see if I can do any cleaning or greasing in there. All right, so this came apart pretty easy, but unfortunately, this is a sealed bearing from the looks of it. So the only thing I'd be able to do is press it out and put a new one in, which I don't have the stuff to do right now, and I want this just put back together. So wait a little bit longer until maybe it just completely breaks, and then I'll see if it's possible to even replace this versus having to buy a whole new assembly. This one's running smooth, so, and we're running at 50%. So that'll be it for today. I'll get it put back together and we'll see how it runs. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.